as I am not likely to do 2 playthroughs of this, and will probably lean really heavily on the non-lethal stuff. I'm told if you go around killing people constantly and otherwise being very evil, your metal horn gets bigger.
Come on.
So I do appreciate that this, like, gives full credits per, like, chunk of game.
The name's Ocelot. Big boss. You know who I am. A certain man gave me a job to do. 2, actually. First was to get you out of that hospital. The second was to rescue the man himself. You remember? Your partner 9 years ago, Kazuhira Miller. 9 years back, your private army came under attack by Cypher. You were considered dead. Until today, that is, when Cypher found you. And it's not just them. The whole world wants you dead.
I actually don't remember if those weren't numbered sequels.
You'll have to join up with Miller. Build that private army of yours one more time. It's your only chance.
But again, I should seek them out. I should also play 4.
First, we need to
they have
save
it.
Miller. He's in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Wait, where
What, you can't keep up
Rambo
with
is
affairs in a coma?
fighting for the brave Mujahideen?
4 years ago, the Soviets invaded Afghanistan. Muslims are fighting back with Western support. Miller was training Mujahideen rebels when he was captured by the Soviets.
Like Rambo.
Red's 40th Army. Troop strength somewhere around 100,000. The squad holding Miller set off near the Pakistan border yesterday. Now in 3 days, they'll reach the Soviet garrison. He'll be interrogated for a few more days, and it's off to a lager. Or left to rot in a ditch on Afghan
No.
soil.
You should really wrap your arms around him for, like, stability.
I give him 2 weeks. The job didn't mean anything to Miller. He only took it on to keep you safe. Well, there's our ride. It's a whaling ship. Had a pretty good deal on her once the IWC started raising a stink. Now it's 7 days to Port Qasim, another 3 overland. So we won't have much time once we're there. Don't take too long getting used to your new self. Hang on.
I will have you know that I plan to take an approach to this game that is so avoiding the main plot and goofing around in the desert. I'm sorry, but, like, yeah, if you want focus and dedication, I am not your person. The way that was revealed, like, canal, but ooh, which canal? Ooh, the Suez Canal. You were doing it fine before. That was missing a finger. And like, there's a place for it to go. Were there some parts missing from the kit? It does look really nice. Like, got some cool tapes. That's like one of the real controversial things about this one is I don't know if it's the first, because again I haven't played any of the various portable ones. But, like, traditionally, every game in this series has the whole thing where you got your special little radio where you can talk to your friends and have long, wonderful conversations. And here, we don't really have that. We just have, like, cassette tapes with some, like, extra plot on them. Or songs. That is such a Venture screen. You can't say Phantom Limb and Diamond Dogs at the same time. I'm not made of stone.
The area ahead is under total Soviet control. Miller's been captive for 10 days. Not much time left.
Weather will clear shortly.
Storm's passing.
That's the nickname. Wait, are you suggesting that Revolver wasn't a nickname but his actual first name? For that matter, that Ocelot is his actual last name?
After 9 years on ice, solo infiltration of the Soviet main ground forces should be the perfect one. Kazuhira Miller is being held in Dawandehar to the north. Check its location now. Take out your iDroid. You see Wandi on the map? That's where they're keeping Miller. Only problem is we don't know his exact location. Finding it is your first priority.
Marker placed.
Let's see what else we got on here.
Go ahead and close the iDroid.
No.
Got your
Fine.
binoculars? Or should I say, your in-scope? See the village? Straight ahead? A little to the left. Look up. To the right. All right, that's the village. If you see something through the binoculars and you need more information, just give me a call. I'll tell you anything I can about it. That's Violo Village.
We have this too. It's not the
Violo
same.
The villagers fled the war and evacuated a while back. Since then, it's become a base for the Soviets' 40th Army. A few days ago, Miller was taken through there, en route towards Dawandehar. You may be able to pick up the trail there. It's worth a shot. Put a marker on it so you don't lose track of where it is.
I already did, but
Marker
Good.
placed.
Now you won't have to worry about getting lost along the way.
You can't have much left in him. I give him 3 days, tops. If we fail, and he dies, we lose our chance of revenge. But we need more intel. If you just go charging into Doan Dehar, you'll be putting both your lives at risk. See what you can find out first. The Soviets have other outposts, not just the one you saw. Afghanistan is a big place. I expect you'll become quite familiar with those binoculars as you plan your next move. How and where you make it, well, that's up to you. From here on out, you're on your own.
so like I said, after I streamed it, I
You're a
did
legend
like
in the eyes of those who live on the battlefield.
go and play a lot more of Ground Zeroes there, and I did eventually get
There's 9 years behind you, and return is Big Boss.
a much better handle on the whole
I'll be sending additional intel by radio.
binocular
Stay sharp.
tagging thing. And it actually is a pretty cool alternative to the whole having a radar.
They were good. All we found on the scene were their corpses and knees. You'll be missing them. And you're his only hope of getting them back.
You got to give Miller his cool sunglasses, otherwise, years from now, it'll be impossible for somebody to impersonate him by putting on his sunglasses. And tying his hair back.
Now go! Let the legend come back to life.
So, as I was saying, like, the binocular thing is cool, because you wind up just, at the start of doing a thing, spending a bit of time just, scanning around, looking for people, and then, like, okay, well now I've got, like, this cool 3D view of where everyone is in this whole base, unless I missed somebody. Also, I believe we had... where is it? Some of these here tapes. Oh, what? I'm curious.
Snake, I wanted to ask you about the man on fire. What do you remember from the hospital? Anything we can use?
Well, he took off the moment the sprinklers started up.
Sprinklers? The fire system?
And when he got sprayed with water from the burst pipe, it slowed him down.
When we escaped on horseback, he wouldn't cross the river either.
And then it started to rain. And he disappeared.
Water against fire. Is it that simple? I mean, it makes sense. It's just hard to believe it would work on a guy like that.
Yeah. You use Bubba Lead on Fireman. Like, it's just a thing. Sorry, Heatman. Or Iceman's weapon would also work. But yeah, like, I know this is a probably controversial statement, and like, he was really good in Dark City, but like, David Hayter is a better voice actor than Keith Sutherland. I'm sorry, just there's no passion, there's no it's not the same. What else we got here?
You were hospitalized in Dikelia, a British sovereign base area on Cyprus. It's part of British overseas territory that falls outside of Cypriot
And, like,
jurisdiction. You got moved from Cuba's Little America right into Cyprus's Little Britain.
Why Dikelia?
The UK and the US remain close allies. The last place Cypher would think to look for you is inside their own system. That's what kept you safe in British military hospital for 9 years. The safest place from a whale is inside its own belly.
So that one helicopter is fine?
Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who led me out to safety. So who was that guy?
Cypher went so far as to attack British territory, burning their own ally. That's how badly they wanted you dead.
So anyway, yeah, I can... Oh, we're just auto-playing these, okay.
Doctor had a Greek accent.
They hire locally. Easier to trust them. Dikelia is also home to Greek Cypriots, after all.
What about the Turks? They haven't returned to the south.
You got Reno.
The Cyprus dispute is still a long way from resolved. The country is just as split as it was in '74. Turkish Cypriots in the north, Greek Cypriots in the south. Between them, the Green Line, the UN established.
And Dikelia sits right on top of it.
It does. Part of the buffer zone between the two groups. Another reason it was the perfect place to hide you. Easy to spot any outsiders snooping around.
So how do things stand?
Last year, the Turks declared that the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is an independent
Again,
state.
compare this to any
It's only Turkey
conversation
that recognizes it.
in
In the past, the Greeks and Turks
one of the
lived
first
side
three
by side in
games.
the same
Or,
villages.
well, okay,
There are reasons to fight.
you know what I mean.
Those came from
First
the
three solid
outside.
games.
Greece, Turkey, Britain, America. They all had their own stake in pitting the two sides against each other. But once you spark something like this, it's impossible to control. Both sides build up grudges like debt, without the foresight to see that each act of revenge just fans the flames. And then it's too late for other nations to rush in with peace talks. The embers keep on smoldering. Each nation's arrogance only breeds anarchy. The world is paralyzed by this hunger for revenge.
We have at least some, like, flowery language, but, like, where's the delivery?
You're up.
We're changing ships?
We can't go sailing the Suez in a whaler.
The Suez Canal.
Also, who's recording these while just, like, hanging out on the
Not long
road?
after you were attacked. Once they finish sweeping it for mines after the Arab-Israeli conflict. Can you stand?
Yeah, I guess maybe Snake is kind of like the guy from Baby Driver, just, like,
passage through the Suez. Our destination is Pakistan.
gonna stealthily record everyone I talk to in case they say something that sound neat on the mixtape later.
To the zero line, the border. We'll travel to the Khyber Pass by road.
And then?
We continue on horseback. Afghanistan's main roads are under Soviet control. We'll need to go around them. It'll be all narrow, winding paths through the mountains.
But,
We'll do better on horseback.
yeah,
It's a
like,
local guerrilla tactic. They use the higher
isn't as entertaining as the Kodak calls.
They charge down the mountains.
And also, like, I could start this playing and then, like, run around in the game, but, like,
Our time frame is only half as much.
these are fairly short and I kind of want to pay attention, you know?
Better horses than boats.
Well, it'll make for good physiotherapy. Take the time to get used to that new arm.
While the Soviets have indicated they are not participating in the Los Angeles Olympics, primarily because
That said, there is something to be said for them being, like, in a menu that I can, like, come back and check and not just being,
the United
like,
States is increasingly demonstrating the belief that the issue has nothing to do with its preparations. And in fact, this is retaliation for the Western
here's a
nations'
conversation I can
boycott
only
of the
have
previous
once when I
Moscow
first find a
Olympics.
cardboard box and call this one for another
Concludes
radio.
today's news.
That's quite some news.
The Soviet Union not attending the LA Olympics? Yeah. Andropov's death has changed some things. They're calling it revenge for the Western boycott of the Moscow Olympics.
Countries boycotted the Moscow Olympics.
Yes. In protest of the Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan. Over 50 countries were absent. It's too bad I didn't get to see.
Yeah, I feel like more people playing this just kind of didn't bother with these than previous games.
Detente
like,
went right out the window. The U.S. Congress chose not to
The thought of
ratify
somebody
SALT
not
II.
doing a speed run,
Reagan's hardline
playing
politics won in the
a
president's
Metal
final
Gear
landslide.
game, and not, like, hitting that radio button at every possible opportunity is, like, so alien to me, but, like,
A second Cold War.
And there's been no end
these
to
feel more
regional
divorced from what you're
conflicts and
doing.
Civil wars. Lebanon, the Falklands, Grenada, Iran, Iraq. The story never changes.
It's also the fact that, like, you just kind of, like, get these, like, between missions or, like, you know, diegetically in them, as opposed to just, like, getting that little beep beep while you're sneaking up around a corner.
Yes, fundamentalist extremists have been responsible for some bold acts of terrorism in recent years. We've had extremist students in Iran take U.S. embassy workers hostage, and suicide bombings in Lebanon. Over 300 foreign soldiers stationed there have been killed. The countries have yet to develop an effective means of dealing with terrorism.
And the tone here seems a lot more serious than it usually is,
They
too.
pulled their forces out, handing private forces a golden opportunity.
Private forces.
Small armies with no national affiliation, working for the highest bidder. That's right, they got the idea from you. After Mother Base went down, they began spreading to meet the soaring demand. Miller's organization is just one of many PFs now. The entire world is after you. But at the same time, it needs you too. Miller told me about what happened in the Caribbean 9 years ago. You do remember Miller. You'd formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
I remember, but...
I see.
I hired him so that my other soldiers could call him on the radio and learn about how their guns are cooled.
All I can do is tell you the facts as they were told to me. I've gone easy on you up until now, but this is where the hard stuff begins. 1974, the year before you entered your coma. You were in Colombia, operating with a small unit of men, basically mercenaries. Miller was among them.
It's also kind of funny how,
Miller
like,
was trying to find a way to turn his and your talents into a line of work. He was looking to start
this series has
business
a
that would fight
pretty
on behalf of
tightly
others around
monitored
the world,
timeline.
those who needed military force. But the reality
But then
was,
also,
at that
it's
time, you
like
didn't have enough gear to equip your own men.
1984, and I got a robot eye that will add people to my holographic TACnet.
Huge job he was offering, but you had a shot at pulling it off. You accepted it and headed into Costa Rica. The client even threw in an offshore facility in the Caribbean.
Maybe
The
82?
Mother Base. That would be your new base of operations. Miller sure did have a head for business. As your mission went on, your unit grew and grew. More weapons,
Says
more
somewhere.
money. Before you knew it, you were commanding 300 men. As the organization got bigger, your military powers swelled to match. It got so the international community couldn't afford to ignore you. You were just too damn successful for your own good.
So, this is a nice recap, but that's like a weird way to talk to somebody right in front of you.
Everyone was out for you. East, West, First World, Third. It was only a matter of time before someone took you down. And that was XOF. Officially, they're an anti-terror unit under the CIA. In reality, they're Cypher's private strike force. They lured you to Cuba using Chico, the Nicaraguan revolutionary kid, and Paz, a mole who worked for Cypher as bait. While you were gone, XOF, posing as a nuclear inspection team, stormed Mother Base. At the same time, C4 they placed on the strut legs went off. The whole thing went down in minutes.
I do find it amusing that, like,
Kisses and hugs.
a big part of the Metal Gear canon is, like, offshore army guy platforms.
A back door into Mother Base no one suspected. You remember a certain scientist? Huey was responsible for bringing the inspection team on board, giving the enemy a perfect opportunity to hit you at home. You were returning from Cuba when it happened. Mother Base came damn close to taking you with it into the Caribbean. Those of your men out on assignment returned right away. They refused to believe the wreckage in the water they found was Mother Base. But they checked the coordinates again and again. Until
Hey, it's
they
not pause on me
finally
here.
settled in. You were supposed to die that day. That was XOF's primary objective. As far as most folks know, you did. The first doctor to see you wasn't even sure what he was looking at. Before they'd even finished operating, your men moved you to that hospital in Cyprus. It was a woman named Eva who arranged that. Rings a bell, huh? Most men in your condition would have been written off right from the start. But you survived. You went straight down to hell, and they pulled you out. Your eye wide open. Full of venom. The days of Naked Snake are long gone. Welcome back, Venom Snake. This world still needs you. Here, Snake, try this on.
A prosthetic arm.
Yeah, Miller was calling it the arm that wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well.
You say it like
Arm's
a
both
prosthetic
open and
arm.
fit. There. Perfect. A little time with it, and it'll work better than the real thing. What do you think?
Huh. I can still feel my real arm.
Well, you better get used to this one quick. You have any pain?
Every now and then.
Where?
My fingertips. My left fingertips.
Sounds like phantom pain. Your brain still remembers your old hand.
Yeah.
What about your vision? Can you see okay?
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but
Now, the shrapnel in your skull is pressing on your optic nerve. I'm told any hard impact could have an effect on your visual cortex.
Yeah. The doctor mentioned that.
Your brain might process visual information incorrectly. In other words, you could have hallucinations. You might see things that aren't there, or not see things as they really are. You experience any of that?
I think so.
When?
Right after I wake up. Colors look faded.
Colors, huh? Well, that's not a major concern in and of itself, but it could mean the difference between life and death in the field. You'll need to watch out for that.
I will.
Also, there was the thing with the giant fleeing whale in the sky.
It's the last chance you'll get.
No, that really happened. Okay, what do we got for music, though? I said music. Okay, time to get muted. Also, like... Video games and time of day, I swear. Everybody loves their day-night cycles and has them set super fast, and I don't get it, because, like, nothing else is going super fast. Also, this reminds me, I do need to work out how to, like, get Omicron functioning enough to stream that properly at some point. Are you seriously like the only person guarding this whole place? Also, just where is this actually relative to where I'm going? Okay. Well. So let me now.
There's a Soviet guard post. There are bound to be guards. Take a look with your binoculars.
I mean, I just said the one.
Center of your field of view.
Yeah, here's the actual proper explanation for this mechanic, which would have been nice to actually have that in Ground Zeroes there. Just saying. Yeah, there's again literally the one guy. How do I get off this horse? Oh, well, I found a much better thing than getting off this horse. But yeah. Nobody up there, right? I like that the binocular tagging thing isn't like as soon as your little targeting reticule hits them, they hit them. It has to be like an actual clear view.
Sight, sound, keep all your enemy senses in mind. When you're near an enemy, stay low and move slowly.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to shoot him. I'm going to give him a little hug. I can remember what button it is. Alright, hold it down.
Where are your friends?
No, okay, okay.
Boss, you don't understand what he said? I guess that makes sense. It looks like that horn stuck in your head has impacted the language center of your brain. If only we had a recruit with the Russian interpreter skill, we could get by with simultaneous interpretation.
Spit it out. Where are the others?
Understanding a language and being able to interpret from that language for somebody else are two different things. Juggling languages at a rapid-fire pace is more difficult than you might think. Don't leave bodies out in the open. Find some place to drop them out of sight. That's a rough diamond. Good find. It'll fetch a high price.
Let's take a little nap in this little pocket here. There you go. Oh. It's not, in fact, the only guard. Okay. This is a little bit risky, but... Okay. So, stand up straight. Go. Okay. Now I can take in the sights. Still a big, huge mountain between me and where I'm actually going. Still you down there.
A parabolic antenna. There could be intel files of some kind in there.
If you say so.
Marker placed.
It's the Soviet flag, the hammer and sickle, the workers and the peasants. Just a hollow symbol in a place like this. It's a heavy machine gun. Packs far more power than any rifle. You can either use it yourself or destroy it. Either way, best keep in mind some way to deal with it.
And let's see. There's also this building out here. Which we'd have to make a special trip to, I guess. Or ignore one of those. Hello.
Guard post captured.
Well, we should take your nap. Over here in the shade. There you go. Enjoy. Now to go through your things. Stealthily. What else we got in here?
Those materials are already processed. They should come in handy sooner or later. Why not start gathering them?
That's the plan. Anyway, now that I'm at a much calmer part of the game here, clearly, something else I wanted to do today was discuss a bit some of the other things that I played for a while on stream and then wound up, like as soon as the stream was over, going back and either finishing or at least playing a lot of them. So one of those is last week when I was doing the... so where did I leave my horse? Oh, way over there. When I was doing the Big Pile of XCOM games, there was a game called Xenonauts, which I didn't put a lot of time into because I had played like 10 XCOM games, and also it was...
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Very much... just kind of a just fan remake of XCOM. But I realized that while it didn't look great, it was playing it very close to the original game. And is this where I just was? Or is it somewhere else? Okay, this is not where I just was. This is, in fact, a different set of buildings to check out. But yeah, so played very, very, very similar to the original XCOM.
Enemy outpost, Vialo Village. The village is crawling with enemy soldiers. Don't just go waltzing in. Start with some recon.
I will.
Is there anywhere that overlooks the village?
Meow, 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 meow. Do I need to get you something? I might have to get you something. Okay, hold that thought. I also just need to get myself a drink because it's getting hard to talk. And now, of course, he wants to drink. Hop on up. Hop on up, come on. Let's go. Boingy boing, up here. What are you running for you? Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, hop on up. Hop on up. No? Yes, maybe? Want to look at me? Okay. There you go. Here you drink. So where was I? Right, Xenonauts. So very much just here is our own XCOM with blackjack and hookers, which isn't necessarily a terrible thing because XCOM is a really good game. So for a game that looks kind of bad, even to just like so faithfully recreate the entire experience with very few tweaks, yeah, that's still pretty good. Is there a car out there? Oh. Well, someone's finding my sleepy people. Can't have that. This is what I get for playing really slow. Oh. It's less than ideal.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
But yeah, so I decided to give that more of a try. And the few changes it makes to the original XCOM are pretty nice, actually. Like, specifically that one apparently came out,
Hiding on horseback allows you to stay out of sight even while on the move. It's effective for avoiding enemy guard posts and long-range reconnaissance patrols.
Yeah, it actually came out after the Firaxis XCOM. People who just kind of like missed the original flavor, but they did realize, and this is frankly true, that I'm all disoriented now. The addition of like shotguns and sniper rifles is pretty nice. I'm gonna have to check my map straight up. Okay. So the town is this way. So yeah, it has shotguns and sniper rifles in it, and it has the ability to like give your people classes, which don't actually do anything mechanically, it's just organizational. But you can tag, like, here's my, you know, quick get in, up close and personal assault person. Here's, like... Do you want something else? No? Okay. Here's the equipment that I want to have as their basic loadout. Here's my heavy weapons guy with his giant pile of ammo and big, huge, like, heavy machine gun, etc. I swear my cat's, like, in the background making noises, and I don't know why. Still a horse jump. And then, yeah, other sort of organizations like that. Then, okay, yes? Please don't just go meow, 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 meow right in my ear while I'm trying to talk to people. Come here. Come here. Come here. Pete. Come here. You're going to sit on my lap. And I'm going to pet the hell out of you while I talk about this XCOM game. And then I'm going to go back to this game I'm actually playing, okay? So yeah, it makes that change. It makes ammo management less of a horrible pain in the neck. It takes out psychic troops on your side. it makes shooting down UFOs like way more of a thing, where you can have like little groups of 3 planes flying in formations and giving them like unique orders to bank around and stuff like that, and have this whole little dogfighting simulation, which is kind of cool. Then the things that I really like that it does is on the main overworld map, there's a little like main objective thing, which will tell you, you know, in order to advance the plot, you're going to have to work out how to like take captives. And then you're going to have to take, you know, one of their generals captive eventually, and work up the chain that way, which is how it works in XCOM, but it doesn't tell you this. And also in XCOM, like the high-ranking officers and the aliens have slightly better stats, but look identical. So, like, if you know what you're doing from someone having told you, you will know, okay, I shot that guy like 3 times and he's still standing. I better take him hostage and interrogate later. So that's actually explained, and there's less infrastructure for it. And then the best thing, when you're walking around, you can hit a little toggle for like, hey, I want to do like a full round burst when I'm done moving. I don't want to move past where I can do that. And you can just kind of set that up. Okay, so hang up the side of a horse, looking through my binoculars here. Maybe I should, yeah, be more upright for this. What do we have here? So yeah, I've been playing like the hell out of that game all week, actually, and having a lot of fun getting those good,
That's communications equipment used by the Outpost CP. It must be how they keep in touch with headquarters. If you destroy it, you might be able to cut off the CP from their HQ.
Neat. Stick to the mountains for now. So yeah, I'm playing that one a lot. I'm like having a good time, having those cool moments where like most of my team is out doing a mission and someone finds my base and there's like 3 people inside, most because they were just in the hospital and they have no actual equipment and they have to fight off this whole invasion force by themselves. And like, yes, I save scum the hell out of that. That's how you play XCOM. But it was still, like, super, super intense. Because, like, good dice rolls can only get you so far. See what that?
Sight, sound, keep all your enemy senses in mind.
No.
When you're near an enemy, stay low and move slowly. If you stand up and run around, you'll make it easier for them to spot you.
I learned that the hard way, yes.
Yeah.
Here's someone. True spy knows to turn their heads horsely to the side, so they can do this. There's another one. Let's see. Got some crows there. Are you friendly, crows? Or are you gonna get little arrows on you when I look at you? You are in fact friendly, crows.
So this is Raven territory.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I heard once that some indigenous peoples in Canada and Alaska deify the common
Yeah, that
raven
too.
as a totem.
Yeah, to mitigate the whole hit percent chance, my strategy's largely been like grabbing a shotgun, running directly adjacent to someone. Oh, there's somebody else. There's somebody else crawling around over there. This is I just wanted to like play this by itself rather than
Can you see the village from there?
on stream because like
To recon the place. Look at where the enemies are stationed. Look at their gear. Take it all in.
have been.
There should be a command post somewhere. See any buildings with tighter security? If there are clues to Miller's whereabouts, I'll bet you can find them in there.
That seems fairly a thing. What's that glowing blue light?
A parabolic antenna.
Ah, we covered that.
The Soviets must have added that themselves. Meaning there's communications equipment inside.
He sounded annoyed with me now, but yeah, the whole like slow, gradual approach, just kind of take it in where all the people are, is kind of how you're supposed to play this, and I was not, frankly, patient enough to do so when I was streaming it. And the controls are like radically different to past games in the series. Probably better, but very different. This now is going to be a problem. Unless I just, like, you know, shoot him with my gun, which is a thing I could do, I guess.
You can use your prosthetic arm to make a knocking sound anywhere and lure the enemy. You can also select empty magazines to throw from among your support weapons.
I do like how looking at nothing, you just get, like, interesting random advice. Also, like, I appreciate having a horse, but, like, I keep feeling like I should get off this horse so this horse doesn't get hurt. Also, I feel like a horse is not especially stealthy. You gotta put on, like, special sneaking shoes on your horse. Or some kind of horse camo. I don't know if I'm, like, secretly previewing stuff that will be showing up in the game later. Yeah, okay, this is... Most I really feel comfortable getting with that. So another thing in this game is, like, sight range is not really guaranteed. People can spot you from, like, shockingly far away if they just happen to be looking at you. But slowly and methodically, I fill out my little head map here. A lot of boxes. Wee. You know what? Who am I kidding? Oh. I do have tranquilizers, okay. I was busting this out because I thought I'd be, you know, committed to a lethal option. Right there. You are getting sleepy. Very sleepy. Slightly annoyed. There we go. Timing sucks, that person's coming. in here. A loud door. I do kind of like that mechanic where there's like this little window of like shameful time where, okay, that one person did see you. Like, we're not gonna pretend otherwise, but they have slow reactions, so you can kind of do your thing. I don't know if either of those is better than the other, honestly. Couch in here. Got just the worst beds, probably. It doesn't seem... Well, maybe. I don't know. It's a little hammocky. Could be good. Probably leave this immediate area where people are now sleeping. So they will wake up eventually. Like, it'll be a whole thing.
You have arrived at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
So you picked up an intel file.
Extraction.
Now we know where Miller is. I'm marking it on your iDroid.
The map has been updated.
So, like, this sort of thing is neat. What are you marking on here exactly? Oh, okay.
Marker removed. Marker placed. Marker removed. Marker placed.
Okay, so they got some barracks up here. Let's place them here. Communications set up there. Little shack there. My D horse is over there. What else is in this little shack? Okay, that's where I came in. It's kind of the only door. Someone's listening to some cool tunes. Gonna have to steal their cool tapes. now I can listen to that properly. That's how stealth works. Oh, they're there. Where's Scott? Oh, there it is. What the hell's in here? These doors.
Sun will
It'll be
rise.
dawn soon. Your surroundings will be easier to see, but that goes for the enemy as well. The guard detail in Soviet outpost changes in the morning, too. Watch yourself.
Oh, there. Probably fine. Oh. Not more conspicuous, less conspicuously. Hello. Good night. Can I add you to the pile? Real dramatic lighting shift when you enter and leave buildings there. CM for common metal. That's how I leave my stuff. Okay, so that is way over that way. Should probably get out of this base and back to where my horse is at some point. I do like the open worldy approach if there's just like, you know, stealthery everywhere.
Press up against obstacles like walls to hide from the enemy and protect yourselves from attack. This is taking cover. Whenever the enemy is nearby, your first thought should be to take cover.
Mm-hmm. Just board it up then. Don't mind me. You see, if I hadn't tagged this person earlier, this would be a real problem. I couldn't do this Looney Tunes shenanigans. You know, you live your life. For now. Until later when I can come back here and kidnap you all with my balloons. Don't know why I need a bunch of common metal and biological material, but I'm sure eventually it'll come in handy. Meow. Yeah, I got some valuable information and some random stuff. Can I, like... call my horse somehow? Is that a thing? That'd be handy. Do. I could have sworn I saw an option for it somewhere. Maybe if I...
Sticking to cover lets you get a bead on the enemy from a safe position. Know where you're gonna shoot before you stick your head out.
Anyway, I was just saying with playing other stuff off stream. So, meow? Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to play games and have conversations with these people. If you're gonna have to be included, come over here. Now, pet you some more. Come here. Come here. So yeah, other games. A while ago, I streamed a chunk of Gone Home, the first person wandering around your parents' old house, moving couch cushions and turning on the lights game. I think I played like at least half of that on stream. It's not a super long game, but it's neat. I would recommend it. It's like almost an adventure game. There's, I think, technically a couple of puzzles, but it's mostly just like, you know, just kind of snooping around, being nosy. No. Learning what's going up with your sister since you left town.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
So I guess I send these crates on like a magical journey. So we gotta get way over there. Let's take the scenic route. So yeah, that was like a nice game, and as everyone knows, like the big secret is your sister is gay, and like dealing with stress from that, and like, oh, how did that turn out? And yeah, you find out at the end. It's nice. And kind of surprisingly similar was Unpacking, the weird little pixel art game where it's just like, here, you just move into this place, get the stuff out of these boxes, and put it in places that make sense. I think I played like a level of that on stream. I did not play enough of it for it to become clear that you're kind of like following this one girl through her life every time she moves, and like a fairly mundane but nonetheless their story unfolds over the course of this, and it's not so much a challenging gameplay sort of thing. There are a couple levels where it's like actually very hard to find a place to put all your stuff, because like it's kind of the point, is like you're moving into somebody's place who like doesn't really have room for you and have to just kind of cram stuff into closets constantly. What is that down there? Oh, it's just that like pump. Okay. But it also like unfolds in an interesting way and is pretty short, pretty like cute and sweet. Actually, pretty gay. So that was a nice one. And I actually took some notes on this for what I was going to ramble about. Let's see, Metal Gear series. Oh, that was another one. Was I guess Gris is how you pronounce it? Gris. That like very painterly platformer, which starts off very, very, very slow and frankly dull, despite looking gorgeous. Eventually, if you stick with that one long enough, there is a few extra mechanics where you can like. Oh, okay, they're just finding people are knocked out. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, that might be less fine. But yeah, that one like opens up. You get like this be a big heavy weight option. You get a double jump. You get some swimming skill. It's kind of like physicsy. Just visual feast of a game. I'm not actually entirely sure if it becomes sappy and gay later on. Either you are dating some giant stone woman, or it's your mom, who's having a time. Ends up kind of being applied. It's a bit very wordless, very open to interpretation, but like that was also worth finishing.
When targeting an enemy from a distance, keep the effective range of your weapon in mind. If the weapon's reticle is white, that means you're outside its effective range. If you decide to fire anyway, take into account how gravity will make the bullet drop. Until you get a feel for that, you might want to approach the enemy until the reticle turns red, and then fire.
Good to know. But yeah, Gris was interesting. One. Why are you so excitable, guy? Where are you off to in such a hurry? Need to... slow down, maybe take a nap. So I think a headshot is an instant knockout, but that will still work over time, right? Hello? Hello? Don't mind me. Did not know this guy had a friend. I did not tag his friend. But I do have my psychic blur vision. Also known as hearing, I guess. Letting me know that I have been partially perceived. Hey, you run up that hill. Run up that road. I don't remember the rest of the song. Where did I park my horse? Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, Greece is kind of like really slow to get somewhere good, but it ends up being pretty fun near the end. And just like really visually striking the whole way through. Another one that I know I tried streaming was Autonauts, and that one it is a bit of a confusing game, especially when I was like loading an old save. But not only because like I didn't remember what I was doing totally, but also because like between when I played that and when I streamed that, it got like 40 patches, and a lot of things fundamentally changed. Most significantly, at least in the mode that my save file got converted to, it took out the whole having to wind your robots thing out of the game entirely. Which was a huge logistical pain, frankly. So I can't be too upset. What, that one guy is taking a trip. I forgot to like hunt him down because he might be like alerting people, but like no, he's just got places to be apparently. So I guess I can just head down this way until that next little checkpoint, huh? But yeah, so there's a few modes in Autonauts now, with varying levels of complexity. And staying on targets. It's a little less overwhelming. It's still like...
Anytime you need advice, just give me a call.
Okay, are you lonely?
If you don't want the enemy to spot you, stay as low as possible. Sticking to walls is also a good idea. Machine gun, lights, some guy. What have I seen one of those before? A Soviet soldier. A lot of them came.
No, I've seen plenty of those before.
But lately they've been using more and more Russians. Simple, really. There's less less hesitation to pull the trigger if they're not fighting their own race. Morbid cynicism
I mean,
gets results.
it's a good point, but weird emphasis.
Mortar shells travel in a curved trajectory, meaning they hit from up above you.
These people have lives and will, like, leave their posts. Oh, well, that's important.
Take a look at the map on your iDroid and use the positions of marked enemies to help you plan an infiltration route. A Soviet soldier from the 40th Army.
You got a thing on your back.
No DRA forces around. The Soviets must want to keep that area under direct control.
So let's see, we got 2 people in here. And, what's his name? Thomas Dolby? It's a good reminder that the binoculars are also like a directional microphone, so you can just do that sort of thing. This seems like not the best approach to that. And that seems like a solid mountain that I can't really horse over. Let's cross the street. Yeah, this like large map stealth stuff where there's like individual little outposts and stuff who move between is actually really cool. Like, I hope it's not boring watching me just like very, very methodically trot around here while I talk, because that's what the game is. But I think that's what I was talking about. Oh, there's somebody else. Kind of lost behind that rock, but there is somebody else there. Okay. Okay. Those 2 are heading off. You are heading towards me, but not in an alarming fashion. And you might
It's an
be
enemy guard post. Watch
the one I
yourself.
tranquilize. If I can get it just right. That's really close. Can you please take a nap? Oh. I didn't know about you. Okay. And you. Yeah, I was playing the other game. I was getting shockingly good at these like long distance crank gun headshots. Okay, there are more people here than I realized. Asset extracted. This is gonna be bad. Yeah, that's bad. Goodbye. important thing is I got their tape. That seems like a overreaction to me riding my horse near your place, people. You don't need to call in the artillery strikes. Okay. So, lesson learned. These people really care about being able to listen to their music, I guess. I should be fine. I'm way off the road. We need to turn at some point. Actually, will I? This will eventually work. So, came the wrong way. Okay, there we go.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Okay. Oh, there's somebody over there. There was. Okay, let me dismount a moment here.
Boss, 24 hours have passed since you began the mission. The more time passes, the more Miller's chances run low. Don't keep him waiting.
I mean, now you tell me. I don't need any of that stuff, I don't think. We'll continue along in the foothills here. Nice leisurely trot. I'm assuming one of these buttons makes the horse go faster. Don't know which, but I would think. Maybe. Is that a good sound? Is that "Hey you idiot, look at this important thing" sound? How far am I? That's still doing. Perhaps cross back over the road though. Well, now getting clear, the game's gonna be like, hey, Miller died because you were just screwing around on your horse for 3 days. Okay. What do we got? Got you sneaking around. So another one that I like went back to a lot is Nobody Saves the World. That was that odd Zelda game where you are a shapeshifter whose options are like a rat and an egg early on. That one gets really good. There aren't a whole lot of forms to unlock, but like every form has like a surprisingly large skill tree, and then you can have like each one has basically an innate active and passive skill, and then a bunch of other ones. And the bunch of other ones you have extra skill slots to equip things in. So it's like if FF5 was a Zelda, and also was like Wonder Boy 3, and it's like it's very good. Has a lot of like surprisingly huge and active enemy hordes later on. Has some like optional rogue-like dungeons for doing stuff in, which have a lot of like built-in challenges. Like, highly recommend that game. Also has some interesting things like your gender is linked to your current form, and they don't do the obvious thing. Like, some of the big monstery ones are clearly girls. They have long, fancy eyelashes. Which is nice to see for, like, the dragon, for instance. Just as a change from expectations.
Not a civilian in sight. The Soviets have taken complete control of the place.
Nice heat warping there. How did I not tag you, guy who's just standing right out there? I like it. Principal thing. Need to know where Raven friends are. Yeah, so there's this whole like weird moment where you're like, one of them is the horse mines, which are it's a mine full of horses for some reason. And when you're leaving that one, there's a bunch of like.
If you place a marker on the map, you can keep track of where you want to go, even when the map's closed.
I do have a bad sense of direction, yes, sometimes, but you know, I am aware of that option available to me. Okay. Okay. Anything on this bridge worth noting? No. Is there a back way into this place? Does not look it. Anything? That floodlight. Oh, well. I say just a floodlight, but also that guy. Okay. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't come in this way, because this way seems kind of scary. This way, this was mainly just this one guy I'm going to have to deal with in some way. I don't feel comfortable bringing the horse way close in, but I kind of wish we could call the horse to like here without having to double back. Yeah, the combat in that gets better too when you're not on mouse form. I was saying, yeah, the horse mines is like after the horse mines, there's all these horses in the field.
Reached one day. They've got Miller locked up in that town.
And you get this sudden.
Check your eyes, Roy, for his location. I hope to hell he's all right. He's not your average client.
This sudden optional mission of fall in love. It's just one of the horses that like, oh yeah, you go talk to them. There's this like 20-page thing of how hot this one horse is, and then it just like keeps getting referenced again and over again in the game when you're like talking to other NPCs who are like into you. It's like, but you're not my mighty stallion. It's just like, why is this in here? is under this bridge? Any trolls down here? Not that I see. Curse you, slope is slightly too steep. Do. Oh, bits of cover to just kind of sneak over. Ooh, shiny berries. I can have.
That's a type of medicinal plant. Bring it back to base. It's sure to be useful sometime.
Oh, I found the blue herb. Okay. Oh, this works out very nice. You are in a hurry to get somewhere. I think I'm gonna just let you do your thing. Everything isn't looking for me, right? Because no, you're going on your own adventure. Okay. Yeah, I haven't quite finished that one. I'm like most of the way through it. The egg form is interesting mostly because it's kind of just like all there really is to do is this little side quest of like finding various nests of large birds to warm you up a little, and then eventually this unlocks the next form of like giant freaking dragon. Which is pretty nice. That is pretty closed off. Okay. So that was that was a good one. What else was there? Just gotta glance the list again. Talked about Xenonauts. Talked about those. Oh, Hard Space Shipbreaker. That was another one that I was putting a lot of time in with. That gets really interesting. I don't know where I grabbed those from, but okay. Are they in this house? Did I like reach through the wall? Yeah, that's one where you're just like taking apart spaceships for a job. With its interest in the like just arbitrarily slice up polygons engine. That has more of a plot than you would. Excuse me.
That rodent is a gerbil. Don't worry, it can't hurt you.
Where did machine thought go? Have I look at that machine gun? Oh, now I have. Okay. Yeah, Hard Space Shipbreaker. It has more of a plot than you'd think, which is, any. It has more strategy to it later on, too, when you have, like, the really advanced techniques in the big ships, and you have to do things like... Here's, like, the main, Ooh. The main engines of this one ship are very, very live and very, very salvageable. So you have to, like, disconnect the fuel lines, which... usually, if you're careful, is possible. If you do this whole, like, complex sequence of, like, okay, make sure to, like, drain the fuel out, and then, power down the core, remove these secure clamps, gently extract the engines.
Sun's down already. It goes without saying that darkness is good for infiltration.
Yep.
But your vision will be affected just the same.
Yep.
Keep your guard up.
Hello, guy who's
Who
right
knows
there.
when you bump into an enemy.
Hello, guy who's really right there. Another guy who's also really right there. You seem freaked out. You like doing a change in the guard night shift thing? Guess so. Can I like face forward? That'd be nice. Oh, you got a spotlight on that road now. Okay. That's what that was all about. This might be a really stupid idea. Damn physics jugs. Sorry to focus a little bit here.
That's the building, boss. That's where they're holding Miller.
Okay, the time for sneaking might be time for taking a break from sneaking. Yeah. Okay. Ow.
Hey, quit kidding around.
Okay.
Snake?
Yeah. I was doing so well, and then there were people inside the building. It turned out. Go figure.
We know where the target is. Head for one day.
Oh, I gotta get my plants again.
That's a type of medicinal plant. Bring it back to base. It's sure to be useful sometime.
This checkpoint feels better than it did when I was playing the other game. And I distinctly remember, like, here you're just in this part of the base at random now. Everybody's untagged. You're totally disoriented. Good luck with all that. Starting retracted. Oh yeah, Hardspace Shipbreaker. So the actual plot is very largely like, hey, this group you're in like really needs.
Absinthium.
Oh.
That's used to make your phantom cigars.
Oh. See. Just smokable absinthe then, huh? That's good for you. Try to not make the same mistakes last time. But yeah, so there's this whole thing where like one character is trying to start a union so that you don't, like, you know, you're gonna have to get sleepy time. You are in my face. You are gonna have to get sleepy time because you saw me do that. You know the drill.
That's the building, boss. That's where they're holding Miller.
But there's also this whole thing of like, oh, here's our new like corporate overlord here to like really rush things along and like insist you start taking jobs where you haven't gotten the tutorial how the equipment works yet.
But your vision will be affected just the same. Keep your guard up. Who knows when you'll bump into an enemy.
Outside or no? I mean, yes. No for being the way I want to go. Be. You know what? Why don't you come inside, take a load off. Be less suspicious. Have a nice blanket. Ooh, important. Coughing. You know what that means. Hello, my friend.
God. No more use for me, huh? God, it's me. I'm here to get you out. Snake. They do something to your eyes? No, it's just bright as all.
Just been chopping garlic and really slipping, and the garlic flies off the table and smacks me in the eye. But yeah, the other thing with Heart of Shapebreaker is that, like, that massive, massive debt, you do actually have to pay that off to finish the game.
Extraction arrived at Multibase.
You've secured the target. I'll send the chopper to get you out. Make your way to the RV. You can check the location on your iDroid.
Okay.
Mission info has been updated.
Okay. Okay. And there's a big pile of people coming. doing their shift change thing. Don't like anything about this right now. Just gonna let them. Do their walk and talk a little bit, I think.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. Boss, did you come all this way just to kill him?
No.
This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Support helicopter has arrived.
There's like one guy here.
You have arrived at your destination.
Just no, you take 5 here. And you take 5 there. Okay. So sorry about the bump on the noggin. I thought I could clear that. It was kind of perfect how I dropped him. Can I run like this? If I can. So I already checked out this bridge is safe. I'm assuming my horse will catch up.
Ahab, do you read me? This is Pequod. There's a gas covering the LZ. We can't land. Pulling back.
Oh.
Gas.
And then I guys got like gas.
It's them. Boss, watch out. It's the skulls. Don't let them find us.
Boss, whatever that mist is, it's all around you. We can't see through it. I'm changing the RV so
Hey.
it's outside the mist. Get over there. The chopper will be waiting.
I can. Yes. Good. Okay. Where are we going now? Like... Oh, okay. Way back to that checkpoint. Okay. Now, once again, if there is some method I'm not aware of,
Caution. You are,
Watch it any further and you'll leave the mission area.
isn't that good?
you are about to leave the mission area.
Isn't leaving the mission area kind of my goal?
Caution. You are about to leave the mission area.
No, no. No. As I was saying, if there is some make horse go fast option that I'm not aware of, please tell me now. is, I guess I'm gonna go under this bridge.
Caution.
You're heading outside the mission area.
Well, what specific path do you want me to take then?
You are about to leave the mission area. Caution. You are about to leave the
Like,
mission
mission area got a lot smaller really quick here.
You are about to leave the mission area. Caution. You are about to leave the mission area.
Well, maybe not so bad. I want to lean the other way. I wanted to lean the other way. For a number of reasons, I wanted to lean the other way.
Run, boss. You've got to lose him.
Well, I don't know how to run, just sensibly trot. They know how to run. Peace be with you. Enjoy your stroll through the desert tonight. I'm gonna be over here. I guess you were also gonna be over here. I feel like there should be a go fast horse button.
Boss, the target's dead. Mission failed.
No. Look, I'll take my reaction time, but I'm not putting on the chicken hat.
Whatever that mist is, it's all around you. We can't see through it. I'm changing the RV so it's outside the mist.
Now,
Get over there. The chopper will be waiting.
in my defense here, I had a plan to get out of here that would be just fine, except that we're just like taking off a bunch of the map suddenly. And like, and they're kind of on the only path we want to take. Like, unless I can somehow sneak around up here. Can I do that, like, Skyrim mountain climbing? No? We're gonna be away from the mission area, yes. Yeah. I can, like, skirt around a little bit.
Caution. You
Watch it any further and you'll leave the mission area.
Caution. You are about to
Okay.
leave the mission area.
Maybe this will work. Maybe. Nope. Well, that feels like that's supposed to happen.
Run, boss. You've got to lose
I
him.
don't have a run button. Seriously, am I missing something here? Well, come for me, Mork, I betray you. That's tough now, are ya? Now, when do you kill me, and then somebody explain how to make the horse go fast, please, because like. Yeah.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Oh, how am I still in this? Like, give me my last checkpoint, please. Not inside the horse. Well, like, how do I dash on the horse, though? Because I thought it was like hold down the left trigger, but that's not working.
It's all around you. We can't see through it. I'm changing the RV so it's outside the mist. Get over there. The chopper will be waiting.
Yeah.
Like... Okay, here's horse controls. Oh, okay. That is very inconsistent, but okay, that explains a lot. Yeah, because this feels very... No, this has to happen. It really boxed me in like that. Now we have our exciting horse chase. Okay. Yeah. The whole problem is I didn't know about this button here, which is kind of important. Yeah, there's some speedy friends, aren't they? Okay. Yeah, the whole problem is trying to hit, you know, the left trigger down to run while on the horse. That's the normal controls for that.
Those things. That's the unit that attacked us before. They came at us real fast in the same kind of mist. Ah, man. Survivors from 9 years ago will write out in minutes.
Okay. Hey, hey. I kinda need that guy. There you go. I guess I get on too? And you're just gonna, like, you know, walk home? You'll be fine, right? I'm assuming? Oh. Well, that is unexpected but great.
Buddy, departing
It's nice to know my horse has an emergency parachute for these situations, or reverse parachute. Now I would have had a much higher rank if I had known the horse run button. I'm just gonna throw that out there, because that was what my plan was the first time. Just yeah. Anyway. I killed no one. I did kind of give Miller a bump on the noggin. Swipe some tunes. Some more briefing tapes.